Hello, everybody. How are you? I don't know what happened to my intro right there. It got a little bit messed up. Maybe it was just StreamYard being weird. Anyway, how are you guys doing this evening? It is almost midnight, and I'm doing kind of a bonus react, a retro react. And why am I doing it? Because I am sick to death of Chantal and her false victimhood. She likes to claim that she's a victim of just about everything. And for those who jumped into the foodie verse rather late, because everybody jumps in at different times, some people have been following Chantal and know about Chantal from way, way back to the time when she was with her ex-boyfriend, BB. Some people jumped in the middle of the Crackhead Olympics, some people at the end of Crackhead Olympics, and some people jumped in right at the start of the Kuwait arc. So everybody jumps in at different times, and there are some that don't know a whole lot about Chantal. I would like to show you guys something from Chantal's past. This is footage from the Crackhead Olympic days when she was with Natter, seeing Natter, talking to Natter, and there was a whole lot of head games going on. But in all the head games that were going on, Chantal was never, ever the victim. She was, in fact, a predator. Before we get into the retro react, I would like to show you guys the definition of what it is to be a victim and what it is to be a predator. So let me just go ahead and pull up some screens here, just for context here. So what is a victim exactly? The definition of being a victim is a person harmed, injured, or unalived as a result of a crime, accident, or other event or action, or a person who's been tricked or duped. Okay, so now that we have that definition, what does it mean to be a predator? Well, let's find out. So let's see, is this it? This is it right here. Okay, so I got to flip black and there we go. The definition of a predator is an animal that naturally preys on others, or a person who ruthlessly exploits others. So there's a definite difference between being a victim and someone who is a predator. I would classify Chantal as a predator because she is indeed a person who ruthlessly exploits others. She exploits others and she hurts others and she preys on others. She is someone that she looks for the weaknesses of others and she exploits them to the furthest degree to get what she wants or gets her way. And the footage that you're about to see, you're going to see for yourself that this woman is not a victim at all. She is indeed a predator who exploits the weaknesses of others or hurts others for her own monetary gain or for her own satisfaction. So let me just go ahead and get out of that screen. And we're going to go to the live stream that she did, courtesy of the channel Hot Wasabi. And thank you for posting this video, Hot Wasabi. All right. So look at the title. In this video that Chantal did, this live stream, she messaged Natter 73 times from a burner account. And remember, I'm a reactor to Chantal. I am not here to put words into her mouth. I am not here to make her say things. I'm just simply reacting to the things that she says. And I'm here to give my opinions and my feelings on what she says and just simply respond. So Chantal likes to say that the reactors, we all lie about her and we make up stuff. Yet We put on her videos. We put on her live streams. And you guys can see and hear her. All we're doing is just simply giving our reaction to her actions and her words. So I'm going to let Chantal tell you guys all about herself, about the way that she deals with Natter. So for anybody out there who doesn't know about this part of Chantal's past, or perhaps you are a Beezer, that you happen to wander over to my channel, maybe you're still under the impression that Chantal is a victim, you're going to see just in this piece of footage, and believe me, there are lots of deleted streams, there's lots of deleted videos where if you do your own homework and you do your own research, you're going to see yourself, Chantal's not a victim. She's someone that she finds someone, she'll walk up to them, she'll size them up, she'll figure out what she can get out of that person, find out if there's anything she can hold over their head, and then she starts playing her little head games. So let's watch the footage, and I'm just going to give my thoughts to the things that she's saying. Let's go. Oh, and I know already I can't monetize this video because of the F-bombs that are going to fly out of her mouth. But I'm okay with that because sometimes you just got to do things for the F of it. So I'm doing this to piss her off. She hates when all the old footage comes back to haunt her. But Chantal, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. What you put on the internet is on the internet forever. So let's just do ahead this retro react. And you guys that don't know about this, about Chantal, you will know it. Let's go.
Answer me. Oh, really? So he wants to admit that he was seeing me when he was on probation? Is that what he's doing? Oh, okay, let's go there. So, you stupid motherfucker, you broke the law. You're so stupid. What is he gonna show? What is he gonna show? Oh my god. You wanna go there? You wanna go there, you stupid motherfucker? Okay. So, you want the truth? Since he's bringing up Krista Bizio, that is another Maria Pondu account that I created.
And this was something that Chantal did with Natter. Like if he stopped talking to her, he did not want to talk to her, he would block her. She would make a bazillion accounts to try to talk to him or talk to him in secret. And why is this important? It's important to note that she is someone that she claims that she's a victim of domestic violence. She claims that Natter did DV on her. She told all kinds of stories about he hit her so hard that she saw stars, that he would not let her leave the house, etc., that she was afraid. Although I will tell you, never once did I see Chantal exhibit any kinds of external fear of Natter. Like if he was in the room, she, like her body language did not suggest that she was afraid of him in any way, that she was intimidated of him in any way. She did many things that suggested that she was definitely not afraid. She would often provoke him and curse at him and taunt him. And this is something you just don't do in the case of you're around someone who is your alleged abuser. So she made all these claims about Natter. And yet here she is confessing out of her own mouth that in order to keep talking to Natter, her abuser, she made all kinds of different accounts just to keep speaking with him. So I ask all of you in my audience or those who might be watching, what person who has dealt with someone who's been abusive to them in any way would A, want to talk to them, and B, want to be so passionate about talking to them that they will create secret accounts just to keep in contact? Wouldn't a true victim of abuse avoid contact? block that person in every way and on every platform so that that person could not reach out to them? I would think so. Also, it should be noted that during this time of Crackhead Olympics, that Chantal was seeing Natter, Natter didn't have a car. I don't think he had a driver's license either. So in all the times that she saw Natter, both before and after the said allegations, he couldn't go see her. She would have to go see him. Wherever he was, she would have to make the car trip, whether it's to Gatineau or to Montreal. She would have to get in her car and go see him, unless she paid for him to take an Uber to the villa, which happened a few times. So if you're a victim of abuse, why would you get in your car to go see the person if there's the option of staying away? Interesting, huh? So, yeah, even when Natter moved away from Gatineau, when he moved to Montreal to be with Dee Dee, which was like a 2+ hour car ride, Chantal would often take the car ride to, again, go see Natter, to go visit Natter. This alleged victim of abuse would drive 2+ hours each way to go see him. So, victim or not? You decide. Let's keep going.
To talk to him while he was not allowed to talk to me. The whole time that he was not allowed to talk to me, he was talking to me. And that's what you're going to show proof of that? There you go. What else? Every single thing you think you're going to out me for will make you look 10 times worse. Absolutely. You think you're smart with Dee Dee, you're going to fuck me over? Do it, Natter. I fucking dare you. I dare you. Do it. You have no idea what I've recorded when we were together. You have no idea what I have recorded.
This seems to be a pattern with Chantal. Like if you are a man and you get in her crosshairs, she'll approach you and she will put off the image of, I'm a good person. Here, let me help you. Oh, you need bills paid. You need rent paid. Oh, let me just do that for you. Let me just take over and pay for all these things because I'm a nice person. Chantal is not a nice person, and she doesn't do things because she's nice. What she's doing is that she's doing things for you. Actually, they're not for you. They're for her. She's doing things to get leverage over you. Whatever she does for you, each little thing, each detail, it's a weapon that she will later use to beat you over the head with virtually over and over again, to beat you into submission, to prove her dominance. I did this for you, I did that for you, and I paid for this and I paid for that. It's about control. Chantal is looking for control. She's not looking for love. She's looking for control. She seeks out men that there's something going on to where she can get control of that man. The funny part about this whole Crackhead Olympic story is that I'm sure that when Natter and Chantal met, they both underestimated each other. He looked at her and probably thought she was just some fat, stupid broad that he could just get money out of. And she looked at him and thought, oh, he's just some skinny, stupid crackhead. And they locked horns, and then they found out that they underestimated each other. And then all these mind games started, these power struggles, if you will. That's where all the fireworks came from. Is that Natter was the first person in her life to tell her no. And no was a word that she'd never heard before. And she didn't like that attitude. And she was determined. She was dogged, determined to get control of Natter. And she was going to do whatever it took to own him and possess him and control him. And she tried and she tried and she tried everything she could think of. If money didn't work, then she would threaten him. Or she would go on her YouTube channel and flip flop. Sometimes, if they were good with each other, she would say nice things about him. But if they weren't good, suddenly he was an abusive person. Using her own channel as a means to manipulate and control. So I ask all of you, would a victim do this? Would a victim have this mentality of, I'm with this allegedly abusive person, but I'm not going to stay away from him. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get as close as I can and try to control him, even if he doesn't want me.
Do it. Are you fucking serious? So Krista Bizano, yeah, I made an account to message him, like, privately, because obviously being careful, I wasn't legally allowed to be with him. But we did. If I don't lie, he goes to jail. So I had to lie about it. But he's gonna bring up Krista Bizano and show our DMs when he fucking calls me on Messenger and he's like, hey,
And can I just say before we go any further, I mean, in this situation, both parties are guilty. It takes two to tango, as they say. Natter could have cut things off as much as Chantal could have cut things off. But he kept things going because he's greedy and she had the money and he wasn't going to say no to the money. And I'm sure he thought that he could control or maintain Chantal's sense of crazy. Like he could just keep her at arm's reach and still get the money. Not realizing that the longer that this thing went on, the worse it was going to get. And trust me, it got worse. It got much worse. He thought he could play with fire and not get burned. He was just trying to string her along to get as much money out of her as possible. He got a lot. He got his rent paid. He got his bills paid. She paid for the phone. She bought him a new iPad. She bought him a new iPhone. She paid for the groceries, for all of his cooking videos. I mean, she paid for a lot of things, and he let her pay. Not realizing and not caring that with someone like Chantal, the more that she pays for you, the more she feels she owns you. It just never occurred to him just how deep he was getting in with her. But yeah, it got crazy during these times. It really did. But she was never the victim. Ever. Ever. She was just a possessive, obsessive, jealous, insecure, angry woman.
first thing he says, you fucking Cuba? And I'm like, yeah, I did. I said, yeah, I did. Because I'm not a fucking liar. And for some reason, my brain believed him, like, from the second day I met him when he was like,
Okay, this part of her story, I do not believe. I don't believe that Natter would care if she had relations with other people. I'm sure he felt relieved if she went to somebody else. I'm sure it wasn't a job that he enjoyed doing. He only did it when he had to and went to help with party favors. So this part of her story, I don't believe that Natter would get jealous if she slept with other men. And if he got upset, it will probably be in the vein of, she's my cash cow, and I don't like the idea of another man coming in and maybe knocking her boots and making her happy, because if somebody else makes her happy, then maybe the money she's given me is going to go away. It's about the money, not because he was truly attracted to Chantal or in love with her. He was never in love with her. There was one live stream that she did, and I remember this very, very clearly. Maybe some of you that have been around for a long, long time, you were there during Crackhead Olympics, you would remember this too. There was one live stream that Chantal did. She went over to Natter's place and she spent the night. And they partied together. And then the morning after came, like the very next day. and the party favors had worn off. And she was streaming, I guess, in the living room area. Nader came into the living room and he looked at her and said, what did he say? He said, "You're still here? Like, why are you still here?" So he was basically telling her like she needed to get gone. And she was so embarrassed and so humiliated that he wanted her to go, to the point where he was so annoyed that he basically was telling her to go. Like all these stories that she told us about, he doesn't want me to go. He doesn't want me to leave. I don't believe those stories. I don't believe that Nader ever wanted her to stay, unless, of course, she still had money and he wanted to make sure to get as much as he could before she left. So again, it's all money motivated. But he was never, ever in love with Chantal. He never put out the vibe of, I love you, and then things change. He always told her, I don't love you. I don't. Yet she was always trying to figure out a way to trick him into a relationship or lie about a relationship that wasn't even there.
Like, I don't cheat, I don't lie. That's like stuck in my brain and I can't scrape the fuck out, and it sucks. So I believed him all this time up until like the other day, okay? Anyways, so he calls me, I'm in Gatineau, he says. Dee Dee paid for an Uber for him to come down. Like, are you sure you want me to talk? Because you'll look so much worse. You will always look so much worse. You do not want to fuck with me. You do not want to fuck with me, Mr. fucking Green Peen. Trust me and believe. Shut your mouth. Take the loss. Keep doing your shitty cooking videos with do and shoo bro. And just shut your mouth while you're ahead, because you know what? You're gonna look so much worse. So much worse. Are you insane? You do not know that I have bank statements? So much proof? Like, that will make you look so bad? So you better shut your mouth. Okay? Well, actually, go. Expose me for what? Expose me for what? Loving you? Messaging you and telling you off after I think you're cheating on me? Fuck that. Fuck.
And you know, it's so funny that she's having a bit of a fit, a hissy fit about him sleeping with other people. See, the funny thing about Chantal is that she is a serial cheater. She stepped out on people that she was in a relationship with. When she was with Pete, she stepped out on him. She cheated on Pete multiple times, to the point where Pete approached her and said, "Look, I don't care who you sleep with. Just don't leave me." And she left him anyway. And then she was with BB. Good guy. She cheated on BB. She lost BB. So she herself is a serial cheater. And people who do the dirty deed, they're always worried and obsessed with people doing to them what they've done to others. They don't want the backside of that karma. They don't want the retribution. They don't want, karma to come visit and knock on their door. If you cheat on others, expect it's going to happen to you. So I think that's part of the reason why Chantal is so obsessive and jealous and insecure. It's not just a personal thing. It's, if you've done the dirty to other people, you know at some point it's going to get done to you. So she wants the ability to do dirty to others and yet not get it done to her. So to make sure it doesn't get done to her, she controls the men that she's with. She finds men that will be codependent on her and her money. She makes sure they have no independence, because if they're independent and they get sick of her, they can walk away. And we can't have that happening in Foodieverse, can we? No. We can't have a strong man around Chantal, because a strong man would not put up with Chantal. But a man who is codependent on her money, might put up with her for a little while. I mean, she did say all they have to do is fake love her, and she would give them whatever they wanted. Why would she put up with fake love? And that's because fake love means that the person that you're with, they're not giving you real love. They don't have to really care. Real love means accountability. And that's something that Chantal is not capable of.
That. You did this to yourself, Natter. Grow up, learn something, learn from this experience, learn that you've been a piece of shit for a whole fucking year, own it, apologize, own your shit, grow up, be a man, make your own fucking money, get your own place, and you're lying to everybody about that too. How do people not know you're lying? Where's your job you were supposed to have? Instead of being a fucking lying piece of crap, go online and say, yes, Chantal is right. This is what you need to do on your next live. Being a real man. And you need to go online and you need to say,
the games that went on between these two were ridiculous during Crackhead Olympics. Absolutely ridiculous. They would both do live streams where it wasn't about the audience. It wasn't about Girl World. They would do live streams on purpose, knowing each other was watching. They would put stuff in the titles aimed specifically at each other. There were many times that Chantal would do live streams, and if she found out that Natter was live, she would end her live just to go watch his. Speaking of that, about Natter's channel, I do find it interesting that Natter's channel was removed and then put back. Now, I don't know exactly how that happened, why his channel was given back, but I think I have an idea. And this is just a theory, mind you. I don't have any receipts. I think Chantal made some phone calls or something. And since she's in Kuwait, like, watching Natter on his channel is the only way that she can still obsess over him. So his channel was given back. That's just a theory, though. I mean, that's just my thoughts. But yeah, these two idiots were going back and forth with each other. So this live stream that you're seeing right here, like, she's doing it not with the audience in mind, but there's a lot of things that she's saying where she's speaking almost directly to him without being on the phone with him. Like I said, the back and forth was just dumb. If she had something to say to Natter, she could have said it on the phone or something, but she wanted to monetize all this drama, and she did.
every single fucking thing I've said is true, because it is. And you need to own it. Because if not, it's just going to be downhill for you for the rest of your life with every fucking relationship you have. Because you're a narcissist and you cannot change because you don't want to change because you blame everyone else for your fucking actions.
All of that applies to her. Everything she just said, it's her all day. She's a narcissist, and everything she said about a narcissist applies to her. She is a narc.
Everyone else is responsible for where you are in life today. Everyone. You can't make it to your appointment. My fault. You don't have cigarettes. My fault. Your life sucks. I make you sick. Your food turned out like shit. My fault. I didn't cut the cheese properly. My fault. Right? Right. All my fault. Never yours. And because of that, I will never be able to be with you. No one will ever be able to be with you because you're just going to keep blaming everyone else for your fucking mistakes and you're going to keep being a shitty person to people. Everyone runs away from you because of you. Don't you ever think maybe you're the problem? Yeah, the truth hurts.
All of this stuff she's saying about him applies to her. She's such an angry, messed up person that nobody wants to be near her. No one. It is so incredibly bad that she has to pay people to be near her, to talk to her, to come on stream with her. She doesn't even like her own company. She doesn't. That's why she's got to have a companion. She doesn't like her own company. She doesn't know how to enjoy her own company. She doesn't want to be left alone with her thoughts and her feelings and her mind. It's always about distracting herself from herself.
Matter, and it makes you really, really angry, doesn't it? Well, how about you try a different approach for a change and actually look at the situation and think, oh yeah, maybe I fucked up too. How can you fucking love somebody and treat them like that? You don't. You're a fucking liar. You're nothing but a liar. You've always been
there's the answer right there, Chantal. How could somebody love someone and treat them like that? Answer, because they don't love them. Duh. Love is respect. When people love each other, they respect each other. When they respect each other, they love each other. You two never loved each other. You never loved Natter, Chantal. You don't know what love is. You've never known. If you did know, you would know that real love is unselfish. It is loyal. It is nurturing. It is good. It is give and take, not take all the time. You don't know how to love. Neither does he. You never loved him. You just needed him. And there's a definite difference between love and need. I think you get those two terms mixed up. You needed Natter to add some excitement into your life because your life was boring. You didn't know what to do with yourself. You needed a little spice to things. You were living in a little fantasy world of he was Christian Grey and you were Anastasia Steele. This fantasy life where he was a bad boy and you're a bad girl, and the two of you against the world, rebel without a cause. Like, that was a scenario. Like, we're rebels. Nah, you're both stupid.
a liar. You've always been a cheater. You gave me an STD. You fucking are a piece of crap. And you have some fucking nerve now to come online and try to talk shit about me when you were the one who was a piece of crap for a whole year to me. So I'm done. I'm done talking about you. I don't want you in my fucking
famous last words. I'm done talking about you. And keep in mind, this live stream had happened back in Canada well over 2 years ago. And here we are, 2024, and she still won't stop talking about Natter when she doesn't have to bring him up. And if he was the abusive person that she has claimed, she could stop talking about him. She wouldn't bring him up. She wouldn't mention him. Because if you've really been abused and hurt by somebody, you don't want to remember whatever it is that happened to you. You don't want to think of that person, their face, their name, nothing. You want to put as much distance between yourself and that person as possible. Yet here we are, years later, still talking about him, still bringing him up. Oh, he hurt me so bad. I was such a victim. Y'all are seeing her right here. Do you see a victim in front of you? Because I don't. I don't see somebody who's been abused. I don't see somebody who's afraid of another person. I see a control freak that's angry that she's not getting her way. I see a entitled, spoiled, angry brat, a manipulative brat that she will use any means necessary, by hook or by crook, that she's going to get some kind of victory. And she doesn't care who she hurts. She doesn't care if she's using underhanded ways. She just wants to win. She wants to be able to say, I won. That's all that matters to her.
life, your karma's coming. I'm done. So go ahead, do whatever you want. Make up lies about me. Be a piece of crap just like everyone else trying to make money off of me. Because that's what you were. You think if you started your channel making fucking your recipes in that fucking trap house kitchen without even any knowledge of doing any videos, you don't even know how to turn on the fucking camera before you met me. And now you have a platform, and at least you're making something. And you have me to thank for that. So you know what? I've done more good for you. If we list.
And here, that's interesting that she just brought that up. Thank you, Chantal. So it's her fault that Natter is on the platform because she brought him to YouTube. She introduced him to YouTube. She made him a channel. She set up the channel. She helped to get it monetized. She brought the subscribers over there. This allegedly abusive person, she set up the whole platform for him. Why? Because she wanted a couples channel. Because she wanted to do the couples thing with Natter. By doing that, she would have more control over him and be more integrated into his life. She did all that, keeping him as close as possible. All of it. All of it.
All of the things I've done for you in life in the past year versus
there we go. There's the words I was waiting for. Remember what I said about narcissists, them doing things for you. All the things that I've done for you. When a narcissist does something for you, they're putting it down in their head. They're writing it down. They're keeping a list. And they will remember. And they will remind you. Everything they do for you is a debt that even if you try to repay, will never completely be repaid. If you borrow money from a narcissist, even if you pay it back, they will always remind you that you borrowed in the first place. If they buy you something, even if you buy the exact same item and give it to them, they will remind you, hey, remember when you needed a TV and I bought you one? That's the way of a narc. If you accept anything from someone like Chantal, if they have to exert any effort or do any work on your behalf, that goes on the list. And you get into a fight with them, they'll remind you of what's on that list.
Done for me? I think I'm the one getting screwed over here. And I think
And you know what? I don't like Natter, but I just want to bring this up. And I'm not taking up for Natter, but fair is fair. So Chantal is over here saying, look at all the things that I've done for you. Here's a fair point to be noted. Chantal used Natter for content, made him part of her content to add the spice and the interest. So she's over here saying, look at all that I've done for you, blah, 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 and I paid for this and blah, blah, blah. But yet Chantal, Crackhead Olympics was the highest grossing time of your time on YouTube. For a few months, you were making $20,000, $30,000 a month. After Crackhead Olympics, your money started to go down. Like the darkest time of your time on YouTube was also the time when you made the most money. And it was because of your back and forth with Natter. So you talk about how he used you, but you used him as well. Him being part of your channel, that's how you made a lot of money. That and all of the fake victim talk. When you're not actually a victim. You were never a victim.
I have a fucking right to say it. So, you know what? No, I don't feel bad for talking about you. I feel bad for what you put me through for the past fucking year. And you're gonna have to eat it up and own it and take responsibility for your actions just like everyone else on this fucking planet because Mr. Alshami is not fucking special. Okay? We'll see if Dee Dee... You fucking geriatric comb-over bitch. You fucking laughing at me for having a chin. Look at you. This is you. Thanks, Natter, for everything. Have fun in your purple bed that's soaked with my juices, bitch. Goodbye. The purple mattress? Take that white layer off. It's sunk into the mattress. Dee Dee, every time you sleep, you're sleeping on me. On my DNA. You are... Oh my god, you're such a fucking liar. You're an idiot. And Alyssa, I'm blocking you for supporting him. Screw you. Anyone who supports him, and I see in his chat, I'm blocking. I'm blocking.
Well, that was rather telling. So this supposed victim, Chantal, she told so many stories about how horrible he was to her. He was so abusive to her. During this time, she just confessed out of her own mouth. You guys heard her. She's watching him. She's watching his chat. Anybody out there? If anybody around you hurt you in some awful way, would you want to see their face? Would you want to hear their voice? If they were on YouTube, would you be on their channel watching them? Would that be something that a real victim would do? I mean, if you're a real victim, why would you want to do that? A real victim wouldn't do it, but a fake victim would. If they're telling a story, but they haven't been through the experience of abuse. You see? So that's how I'm telling you, she's a fake, phony victim. And for those who didn't see the live stream that Chantal did a while back, she did one, she actually did a couple of them, where she talked about years before volunteering or working at a battered women's shelter. The moment she said that, the light bulb clicked off of my head. Because Chantal is somebody, she likes to take other people's stories and include herself and make them her own. So I'm betting that while she was at the battered women's shelter, I'm sure she talked to some of the ladies there or heard some of their stories and decided to take their stories and make them about her to elicit sympathy from people and get super chats. And trust me, she got a lot of them. She made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars getting on her channel for an entire fucking year and saying that she was a victim of domestic violence, giving that impression to people when she never experienced that. Ever. Ever. And because she made so much money off of that, she would often bring it up, just milking other people's scars, other people's trauma, opening up their internal wounds, looking for the coins inside. Disgusting.
Blocking you all who fucking support him. It's bullshit. He's a piece of shit liar. If you actually believe that he never slept with me, you have mental brain damage, like worse than him. And I'm sorry, but Dee Dee, you're gonna fucking open your big mouth now? Because now you don't have to protect him from the law? Maybe his probation officer would like to fucking know. You're full. Oh my god. When I get home, a new set of screenshots is gonna be revealed, my love.
So let's recap. I mean, we're not even all the way through this. So Natter revealed that Chantal was talking to him on some burner accounts, some sock accounts. It's ticked her off. And so she's like, I'm going to go to your probation officer. I'm going to go straight to your probation officer. What did I say? Chantal's an entitled, spoiled, manipulative, evil brat. She's a control freak who likes to exhibit control. She'll walk up to you. She'll find out stuff about you. She'll size you up. She'll find out if there's anything about your life that she can use to her advantage. And if she finds out that there's something that you're afraid of, something that's maybe in your closet, like a dark skeleton, she'll exploit it. She'll put that information in her back pocket and hold it there until you piss her off. And then she'll bring it out. So Natter pissed her off by revealing that she had secret accounts. And it is one thing that a narcissist does not like. It's the truth coming out. So if you take the truth about a narcissist and you put it out in front of the public and they feel embarrassed or slighted in some way, then they're going to punish you by pulling out that hidden ace, trying to get that power back to feel more in control and more dominant. And that's what she's doing here. She's like, you pissed me off, Natter. I'm going to go directly to your parole officer. She basically threatened to put him in jail. Yet she's a victim, right? She's a victim. Not a predator, a victim.
A whole new set of fucking screenshots proving you were with me the whole time. You're not allowed to. You were let out on bond on the condition you weren't to see me. I didn't have that rule. I was allowed. So guess what? You're in shit. You're a fucking liar. You are a piece of crap. Liar, 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 liar! I fucking hate him, guys. I swear to God. I saw Alyssa's fucking super chat in. Fuck you. You're fake. I don't want any fucking fake beezers in here. All of you are fucking fake. And I'm blocking you all when I get home. I need to cut this fucking piece of shit parasite and all the negativity from my fucking life. I cannot handle this shit anymore. It's not a fucking joke to me anymore. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I have to stop letting him get to me. I'm gonna show all my bank statements. I just fucking sent you $500 the other day, you fucking broke piece of shit.
Y'all catch that? Y'all catch that? So he was an abusive person, but she's giving him money. And of course, when she's angry, she's going to bring it up. See, like the narcissists, they like to stack the supposed good deeds like bricks. You know, they're going to stack them like bricks. You piss them off, they're going to take those bricks and throw them at you. Weapons. Good deeds are weapons with a narcissist. That's what she's doing right now. Like, I did all these things for you, but if you piss me off, I'm going to turn around and use these supposed good deeds to hurt you with.
Every single thing in your life is paid for by me. Everything. And you're going to sit there smug on panel with Dee Dee? You fucking... I hate them. I fucking hate them. You wait. You fucking wait. You are not going to be able to handle what's going to happen to you when I out you. And you dumbass, I can go back to the cops anytime I want to and repress charges on you for the last time you fucking smacked me across the face.
He never did nothing to her. I know that for a fact. He did not do anything to her. She's not afraid. She's not afraid of him. What victim of abuse sits there and provokes their abuser, whether it's in person or not? And she's making all these claims, yet here she is provoking him. Here she is provoking him.
At Hotel Monville when I didn't order you fucking octopus because you're a piece of shit. Get your own. You fucking grifter. Oh my God, I hate him. I just want to throw up. You're a piece of crap. You know what? I should go fucking back to the police station and be like, this guy is fucking, he hit me? He's still talking shit.
Her going to the cops had nothing to do with she was being abused and she wanted to put him in jail for the sake of justice. It was about head games. It was about, we're playing head games. We're playing control games and I'm going to win. I know you've got a criminal past and I'm going to use that against you. Y'all want to hear something twisted? When Chantal was in Cuba, she made some very weird statements. And I remember her saying them and I'm like, what? She said that her fantasy was for Natter to go to jail and she wanted to be there for him when he got out. She also made a weird statement also way before that she thought that guys getting out of jail were hot. Like she liked the idea of a man being in jail, and as soon as he gets out, he's so desperate he'll screw anybody. Like, this is where her mind goes. Like, looking for men who just get out of jail, that they haven't been with a woman in forever, and thinking that if she finds a man just out of jail that he will screw her. Or putting Natter in a position where he's in jail, she knows where he's at, and that gives her pleasure, I guess, knowing where he's at and he can't be with other women, and that he would have to depend directly on her. Like, that's where her mind goes.
Shit about me and get another fucking peace bond on him, because that's fucking bullshit. Like, I'm serious. Like, he's gonna drive me nuts. Like, I cannot deal. I need to quit YouTube. Like, I cannot deal with seeing his fucking ugly fucking face and her fucking face on the same platform as me. Like, I can't handle it. Fuck him.
Yeah, you know what? All of the going back and forth between her and Natter, the fact that she didn't yeet his channel and get it deleted was very telling. And it was also very telling the way that Natter would go back and forth with Chantal, and he never crossed that red line. Like, they would talk all kinds of trash about each other, but yet neither one would pull the trigger. Like, really go at each other, like really burn the bridge. They always stopped at a certain point. I would just watch the both of them and be like, neither one of them are pulling the trigger. And this is very telling. They're not doing it. So it's very obvious that even though for all of the YouTube drama, for all the back and forth on camera, obviously they really don't hate each other. They want to keep that bridge going between them both.
He's a fucking liar. Look at the bed. The villa? Really? At least I pay my own fucking bills. At least I pay the rent for the villa, you fucking broke bum. Who pays the rent on that? You're gonna talk about her apartment like it's yours? That's all you ever do. All you ever do, you big, stupid bum, fucking leech off other people. That's all you do is leech off of other people. What have you paid for one thing? And then you try to get money from me to pay back Dee because you fucking leech off her too? Oh, I'm gonna show those. I'm gonna show it. I have so many messages under Krista Bizayo. You wanna out Krista Bizayo? Krista Bizayo will screw you over, bitch. Guess what, broke bitch? Krista Bizayo is gonna screw you over. Yeah, because you know what? You, in that messages, have said so many times, I need cigarettes. Can you send me money? I'm broke. Send me money. I need to pay back Dee Dee. Fuck you and fuck Dee Dee. She's a broke bitch too. She fucking makes money, but she spends it. She's an Aries and she's bad with money. Have fun supporting him because he's expensive, girl. He's expensive, and have fun getting STDs. Because if you think he's not gonna cheat on you, you're dreaming. He fucked me in your purple bed many, many, many times. You don't think he's gonna fucking do it? Oh, but no, you're just his friend, right? If you're such his friend, then why are you so fucking crying bullshit every time you...
You know what the beautiful part about all this is that Chantal thinks that she's saying all this stuff and she's making Natter look bad. Like, she's trying to get some gotcha moments here over Natter by bringing up all the things that she paid for and all the money she spent. But what she's not understanding is that it makes her look worse. That she paid out all that money. And she kept paying. Despite the fact of knowing that he was with Dee Dee or he was talking to other women, she kept paying when she didn't have to pay. She could have just stopped going over there and stopped taking the car trips and stopped buying him groceries and stopped buying him cigarettes and just cut the money off and been done with it at any time she wanted. It wasn't a case of two people living together and one person not having anywhere to go and no money to get there. She could have stopped everything with Natter anytime she pleased. She was just obsessed and she couldn't stay away. She did do a live stream and she said, quote, I am addicted to him. She said, I'm addicted to Natter. And we all know how Chantal is with her addictions. She doesn't conquer her addictions, she's consumed by them.
I go pick him up. What about my feelings, Natter? What about my comb over, Natter? What about my great twat, Natter? Fuck you! And you don't even talk about me and my fupa. You have a dick that's stretched out from having gonorrhea and has stretch marks on it. Any woman who wants to go near that, biohazard. Have fun. Have fun. Have fucking fun with that. Holding his dick, looking at it like, what's this green shit coming out of it? Oh, I wonder. Maybe don't fuck hookers on the porch. Fucking hookers on the porch. I come over one day at 4 a.m. This fucking woman thought it was a fucking garbage bag. Has candles lit, condoms all around her. Who are you? Oh, I know the man that lives here. Comes downstairs. I don't know her. Oh, sure, you got to pregnant. I'm sure you're a father now. You dirty scumbag. And then charging me $150 for Coke when it's probably only 80.
Boom! Y'all hear that too? Like, did she just confess to doing the Coca-Cola? And there's a deleted stream out there that she did and then quickly yeeted, where she talked about having she spent about $4,000 or $5,000 on, the nose Coca-Cola. That's not counting the other stuff she did. But that's what made Crackhead Olympics such hell for the reactors, because she kept her gas tank primed with that Coca-Cola, and all of us reactors, we're just trying to keep up with the madness. She would literally stream for like 8 to 12 hours a day, every day, and just trying to catch it all. My goodness, it was a lot. We were tired. We were so tired. We weren't doing the white powder like she was. We were just trying to be normal people and keep up with the madness.
Charging me $300 for shrooms, giving the rest of my Coke to your fucking ex-girlfriend, and then being like it was her birthday. Can you believe this asshole? Can you fucking believe this asshole? Forever falling for that asshole? Dude, lay off the speed. Everyone can see you. Like, you're fucking insane. Probably gonna fucking die of a heart attack or emphysema the way you smoke cigarettes and drink wine. Now you and Didi can be drunkies together at night. Have fun with your life. You know it's gonna be shit.
There's something that Chantal never thought about with Natter. Her and Natter, they're both two peas in a pod. Highly alike they are. They're both like the. I feel she's still talking to Natter and she never stopped. He doesn't love her. She doesn't really love him. But they're thick as thieves on a dark, degenerate, perverted, wicked level. They understand each other. They're both scumbags. They're both con artists. They're both liars, manipulators. On that level, on that awful level, they get along. They understand each other. They're kindred spirits. But even as somebody that she's a con artist and a scam artist in her own right, Chantal she just never got it. She never got it. That Natter's a con man. And he's always going to look at situations and people and see which side of the butter bread is better than the other. And the fact that Chantal was unhinged, unstable, there was no stability, showing all of her ugly sides, all of that worked against her. Chantal wanted Natter, but the fact that she was so volatile, so unstable, so prone to outbursts and bad temper and threats and blackmail. Like, he took note of all of that. He looked at her and thought, yeah, she's got money, but she is a firecracker, that one. And this one, there's nothing that she won't do to get back at somebody, and I just can't trust that. So he rolled with Dee Dee because Dee Dee's a lot more calm, and she's got the apartment, and there's some stability there. Being in Dee Dee's place gave him a soft place to land, one that he could count on. And that's something that he could not count on with Chantal. That, considering everything else with her temper and the fact that she was always full of threats if you don't do what she wants you to do. So by playing all those little different control mind games, like every time she did that, it worked against her as far as her getting control of Natter or being together with Natter in a relationship.
Why else would you? Okay, if he loves Dee Dee so much, why is he trying to move in with me and get away from her? Dude.
He wasn't. He was just trying to get money out of you, and you were so stupid you gave it up.
So many messages. You are going to be fucked. And by the end of it, Dee Dee's going to want to kick your ass out too. So where are you going to go? Huh? Where are you going to go? The Ferris wheel? You probably don't even have money to ride the Ferris wheel. Ugh. You fucked with the wrong one, Natter. You made me crazy. This is your fault, so you can eat it up and live with the consequences. I don't feel bad for you at all. So what else happened in our non-relationship? You know what? Actually, by making videos talking about things that happened to me while I was with you, I could probably earn some of my fucking money back that you took from me.
So that was another confession. Like, oh, I can get mad at you and go on YouTube and make money with this drama. You know? Because drama sells. Instead of doing what normal people do, and if there's relationship problems between people and keeping it private, which most people do keep it private, oh no, I'm going to bring it onto YouTube and I'm going to make money with this. I'm going to turn into a 3-ring circus.
I didn't give you the money because I fucking loved you, or I thought I loved you. Shame on me. He, obviously cannot leave Dee Dee's because I said no for the apartment. Now he's fucked.
Oh no, she didn't. It's not like she said no to the apartment. Let's go back in time for a minute. Here's what happened. Here's exactly what happened. So Chantal, at this time, she only had one bankruptcy on her record. Just one. And she knew that. And that was the reason why when she and BB broke up, BB kicked her out, she ran to Pete's. Because Pete's had the good credit and he could get the villa in his name. And Chantal paid the bills and the rent, which is the arrangement that they had. So Chantal still had that bankruptcy ongoing, but she wanted extra time with Natter. So she told Natter, yeah, I'll get you an apartment, knowing full well that she couldn't. But she got extra time with him until he figured out that she was lying, and then he was pissed. So there was no plan of them getting an apartment together. You know, when you have a bankruptcy on your record, that just makes it harder to do. Not impossible, but harder. But she was just trying to finagle some extra time with Natter.
So he's all probably pissed off and gonna talk about me bad. You look like a dumbass, you know that? I'm not on here talking about how ugly you are and everything.
And isn't that something? He's an abusive person, but yet she wants to get an apartment with him. Something else that looks weird. He's an abusive guy. You don't live with him. You've got your own car. You've got your own life. You've got your own money. He's so hurtful. You could easily cut him off and stay away, but you're not. And you're even considering an apartment with him, moving in with him when you should stay away. But you're a victim, right? Not a predator. Okay.
I fucked you, so I'm not gonna look like a stupid asshole talking about how gross you are all the time and how fat and ugly or how scrawny and ugly you are because I fucked you. So if I made fun of you after I fucked you over and over, I would look like an asshole making fun of you. Guess what, Natter? You look like an asshole. Yeah, buddy. What is your obsession with Pete anyway? You know he's more of a man than you. He's given me thousands of dollars in the past. He's given me hundreds of orgasms. Actually, the amount.
Yeah, let's talk about the men in Chantal's life. Since she's bringing Pete's up, there's something that Chantal likes to do with the men in her life. See, Chantal's way of thinking is the more men that are talking to her, the more that men are fighting over her, the more self-worth she has, the more valuable she is as a woman, the more attractive she must be. So she always tries to triangulate herself between different men in a way to make herself feel more admired or valuable. During this particular time in Crackhead Olympics, Chantal was living with Pete. He was just the roommate. And then she was seeing Natter. So Chantal would go home after being with Natter, talk trash about Natter to Pete. And then when she went back over to see Natter, she would talk trash about Pete to Natter. So creating a whole lot of conflict between both men. Had them fight over her. She has said that she likes when men fight over her. She thinks that's hot. So having men fight over her. She likes to do that. She really likes to do that. It just she likes the drama. She likes the high drama and the fighting. But she never really valued Pete. She always treated Pete like a fallback, like a fail-safe. He was always her doormat. She could wipe her feet on and Pete would let her get away with it. Always. And if a guy came along, she would, drop him in a hot minute and go off with that guy. Yep.
The amount of orgasms I've faked with you is incredibly high compared to other men. Keep acting like you're a little scrawny chicken cutlet fucking muscles.
No, you're talking all this stuff about Pete, so he's giving me all kinds of money, he's giving me all kinds of orgasms. Okay. So if that's the case, why were you obsessed over Natter? Can you explain that to me, Chantal? Why were you obsessed over Natter? If Pete is a great lover, why are you obsessed over a guy that you're claiming right here didn't do much for you in the bedroom? I'm just looking for it to make sense.
Your fucking ability to cook or whatever the fuck you think you got going for you makes you desirable. My villa's so dirty. You lived in a fucking trap house in Gatineau. I can clean my house in 3 hours.
But you didn't.
Then what, bitch? You had a fucking mini fridge and a fucking crappy stove. Like, you have nothing. You're gonna make fun of my villa? You have nothing. Even if my villa is dirty, I pay $2,000 a month rent out of my pocket. And I paid $900 out of your shitty fucking trap pad. So I could go there and get addicted to drugs with you and be abused by you and be treated.
He never abused you. You may have gone over there and partied with him, true. But I'm sorry, Chantal. Like, I was there. I was there during Crackhead Olympics. I was listening to all your stories. I was watching your face. You never had any visceral outside reaction when talking about the things he allegedly did. No. No, you lie. You were always provoking him, always taunting him, which you would never do with an abusive person ever. You were sneaking off to cheap, sleazy motels, even after these said allegations. And then remember that live stream that you did where you were driving back? Remember that one? Where you confessed that after the said allegations, you went directly over to his house with green products and coffee like a coffee date. So you went to the cops or tried to report him, and then you went directly over his house like it was no big deal. Again, what true victim would do that? None that I could think of. A fake victim, sure. A real one, no.
Treated like shit by you. And and cheated on by you and given gonorrhea by you. I asked Dee Dee last time I was over. She like
Oh, something else before I forget. Something of note for those that weren't around during the Crackhead Olympics days. Just something you should know. In the beginning, when Chantal first started talking to Natter and going to see Natter, when she would spend the night over at his house, in the beginning, when things were good, she would come home with bruises, like on her chest or on her upper arms, and she wasn't ashamed of them. She was giggly and happy and showing them off and saying that they were a result of consensual play. It's really funny how that consensual play turned into abuse. Huh. You know, in the beginning, everything was consensual, but if he made her angry, suddenly it wasn't consensual. Suddenly it was abusive.
sex, Dee Dee? Yeah. Guess what? You're probably fucking her ass every night, right? You don't give a fuck every time we have sex. Want another man to fuck you? Want to eat so much pussy while I fuck you? Things that specifically, you know, make me fucking uncomfortable and I hate it. And you still do it just to fucking hurt me. You're just gonna sit there now in Dee Dee's condo? Dee Dee's condo! Not yours. Oh no, honey, I was fucking desperately trying to find a fucking do and a half for you. Just in case you fuck me over and I have to leave you stranded in that fucking apartment. At least maybe you can afford $600 a month. Maybe. Why do I fuck myself over for you? I'm not fucking myself over anymore for anybody. I don't even want to. I don't even want to fuck myself over for you. Because the fact that I kept doing it must mean at some degree I really wanted to.
You know, anybody that wasn't there during this time, I can't even begin to tell you how many streams we, as reactors, as Girl World, we saw just like this. Like Chantal would get mad at Natter. She would pop all the way off like this, swear that she was done with him. She was so done. Right? And then she'd go home and she would mope. And the next thing you know, she's sneaking off to go see him. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Even when he moved from Gatineau to Montreal, which is further away from Ottawa, which is where she lives, she was sneaking off to go see him. He moved to Montreal to get away from Chantal. And she continued to see him. And to be fair, he did not refuse to see her. Like he was still trying to milk money out of her. And that's his bad. But for someone who supposedly got hurt by him, she was going the distance to stay in touch with him.
It means at some level to be with you, I had to fuck myself over. At some level to be with you, I had to hate myself to love you. And it's not gonna fucking happen ever again. So shut the fuck up about me, and I'll shut the fuck up about you. You keep talking about me, I'll keep talking about you. That's how it's gonna go. You need to look at your life and stop being smug. You have another criminal case going on right now, honey. You need to worry about your criminal case. I hope Dee Dee helps you with that. Maybe she can get a lawyer, since you're so against public defenders. Didn't you spend $80,000 on the last lawyer for your other case? With your 2 stabbings? And you lost anyway? I don't know why he doesn't treat you like that. I don't. Maybe because she kisses his ass. Maybe because she takes it in the ass for him. It's sad, honey, that you think you're a boss bitch, but you've been working at the same job for 27 years and they're gonna fire your ass, or threaten to fire your ass, or slap you on the wrist and spank your diaper bum bum over fucking simping for Natter on company time and making up.
This is a threat. For those who are wondering, what is she saying? This is basically a threat. This is Chantal saying, look, Dee Dee, since you took the man that I am obsessed with and I want access to him and you're blocking me and I'm mad at you, I know that you work, you have a job. She's essentially threatening Dee Dee and her job, saying she's going to get Dee Dee fired.
Like for him. Do you feel like a boss bitch?
And again, this is supposed to be a victim, not a predator. She's supposed to be a victim. But this supposed victim that got hurt so badly by this abusive person is so obsessed with this abusive man that she's willing to go to somebody else's job and get them fired just out of spite.
Bitch still? Huh? Fuck, 27 years at a company and you're not a boss bitch yet? Wow. Okay. He fucking had the nerve to be like, she's been there 27 years? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And then he goes, Alright, Nosferatu. You know why? Because you're a fucking energy-sucking vampire.
That applies to you also.
Energy-sucking vampire. My mom raised a real man. A real man?
And even though this is kind of a side issue, it's still relatable and it still applies. Everybody take a look at Chantal. Let's take a good look at Chantal. Okay? Take a look at how she looks here. Just take a look. This was over 2 years ago. This is during the Crackhead Olympic days. Take a look at how she looks. Pay attention to how she sounds here. Like, she's got a lot more energy, doesn't she? She's not out of breath. There's a lot more fire in her belly. When is the last time we've seen Chantal with this much fire in her belly? This fired up, this much energy. It's been a while. I mean, here we are, 2024. What do we get these days? Chantal, she's so out of breath. She's so lacking in energy that all she can do is lay on the couch and seal. Even when she's angry and raging, she's got to do it laying down. Anybody out there that's ever wanted to see a proper rage from Chantal, this is it right here. This is the real deal. This is not Temu rage. This is it. This is the real thing. Yes, it is.
You call a real man. What's a real man? Having a cock? No, having a cock doesn't make you a man. Ow. Having a cock makes you biologically male, maybe. And that's it. Other than that, biology ain't doing you no favors. And you know that at any time. Dee Dee and I can both bury your fucking ass. Absolutely. You are nothing. You're a little coward, scrawny little brain. I wanted to go home. Didn't want me to go home. You're gonna deny any of that happened. Exactly. Because, yeah, it makes you look bad. But you still did it. You did it. Those are your actions. Nobody did it for you. How are you gonna be a better person if you don't own what you fucking did? At this point, you're just fucking hot air. I'm blocking so many people when I get home. I'm protecting my mental health, my space from now on. Absolutely. When it comes to him and fucking doo-doo, Donald Trump, Stephen Harper, ugly looking bitch.
You know, the truth is she couldn't stay away from Natter. You know, Natter brought the excitement into her boring life. And she needed company similar to herself. You know, she needed someone to talk to. So she needed Natter for the excitement. Sometimes Natter would ring her bells. So she needed that for him also. But also, Natter was the one who was acting as Dr. Feelgood and selling her the party favors. So he was the hookup. So she couldn't exactly leave Natter alone, you know, because he was a multi-purpose kind of guy.
Absolutely. Like, what kind of, like, relationship does she have with him anyways? He's on live, shit-talking me the whole fucking time. And the only reason you're so mad is because you know I'm right. If I ruined your life, you would deserve it. You would deserve it. Because you ruined mine for the past year. And I'm still having to clean up. I'm gonna have to do nothing but fucking therapy and shit.
You never went to therapy.
If you're an asshole to me, Two-Face, I will find out and I will fucking block you. Thank you. We need some loyalty up in this motherfucker. I don't care what you say. Things are being done my way from now on. Period. Why did you have poppers in your drawer anyway? If you were going through your man's drawer and you saw a bottle of poppers, which they used to loosen the asshole during anal sex, he's probably fucking plowing rat guy. Or the girl on the porch. He's plowing somebody with those poppers. Hello. Even Pizza's like, I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a case. What is she gonna get me for? Slander? I'm not harassing you, dumbass. So there's nothing you can do. You can't stop me from talking about my truth. Comb over. Your comb over is like not on right this time or something. You have problems. Blah blah blah. Go give him a blowy while he listens to Fourth Pyramid and chain smokes in your face. Defamation? Defamation? Prove it. Have fun with that. You don't even have any money, dumbass. You ruined your own reputation when you moved.
You know, I'm looking at Chantal's eyes. Pupil check. Anybody that was part of Girl World at this time, like, we were always checking out her pupils. Because her pupils would tell us more truth than her mouth ever would. We're always checking out the pupils. We were very familiar with hamburger eyes. Like, we could, if her pupils were like super huge, she was on something. If they were pinned, she was on something. Looks like she took something.
Him in. Oh, they're stupid. Whatever. He was just dissing you the other day, Dee Dee, to move in with me. He said he can't stand living with you anymore, and here you are simping for him. How stupid do you look? You have to prove it was false. Exactly. Everything I said about you is true, Dee Dee, and you deserve it. I don't feel bad for you at all. At all. They're going to the cops with what? To say that he abused me? That he...
Yeah, but he didn't, though. He didn't abuse you. There was no real abuse. It was just you playing games with words to get your way or get back at people.
Hit me? What are you going to say at the cops? I'd like to know. You're both dumb. You look dumb. I didn't give him any financial help money, no. It's because of him, though.
You said in the car that you paid for everything, you liar.
I'm in this fucking predicament. My bad habits, yes, but how I've always been a fucking... I used to order takeout every day and I never had problems with money, remember? When I was mukbanging? Actually, his ex, who had to move away to get away from him, said that she's still recovering financially from having been with him. She's like, I would love to go on a trip. She's like, I love how I loved Cuba. I wish that we could go on a girlfriend's trip someday, but I'm still recovering financially from being with asshole. Nice. He's done this before. He's done it many times. Remember that Maria Botello girl said he took money from her? You guys been new, not me, unfortunately. I've never been with somebody like this, fuck. So what are you gonna do? Go to the cops tomorrow and say, she's harassing me? And then be like, she said that I saw her when I wasn't supposed to. Doesn't sound like a smart move. Does it? They probably look at it like, oh, give me a break. Honestly, all I have to say in court is this woman inserted her life into my abusive relationship and fucking...
See, playing with the justice system and using the justice system to get back at him. It wasn't about true justice. It was about Chantal's vengeful, wrathful justice.
Taunted me with him the whole time. Plain and simple. Because you know what? That's the fucking truth. Yeah, but I wasn't under oath on that Pokemon. So, get me in trouble then. Call the cops on me. Take your $1.99, shove it up your fucking ass, and go to the police station and call the cops on me. Good luck. You're funny. And you're stupid. And we're all laughing at you. Mind your business, Moonpatch. Is it your business?
Something of note, even though there's no chat portion with this video, during this time period that Chantal was doing her live streams, for those that weren't around during Crackhead Olympics, Chantal did not do open chat. When she did her live chats, it was members only. Paid members only. She put her chat behind a paywall. So the only people that could talk to her were people who paid the $5. If you didn't pay the $5, you could watch her live streams, but you couldn't talk to her. And she had enough members at that time that she could actually do that and get away with it. But if you hear her cursing people out, which she's doing right here, it's paid members. This is how she was talking to her freaking members. She was very abusive to her members, very abusive. And she was abusive because they let her get away with it. She outright told people, I don't care about any of you. You're all replaceable. If you leave, others will come and replace you. I don't care. She basically told people, you're all just disposable to me. You don't matter. Your money matters, but you don't matter. That is how she looks at people. That's how she treats people. And then she wonders why she ends up alone.
No. Did I ask you for money? To pay for my food? Did I ask you for money? No? Okay. Bye. Bye. She does not have a case. Goodbye. She's a fucking desperate loser. She's a sidekick, and she's always in the background. Always in the fucking background. Never, ever, ever out of the way. Taunting. Being a bitch. Lying for him. Make me look stupid. And now he's mental illness shaming. He's using that conveniently to his advantage. I guess like I did to get him off the hook. You're stupid. Literally the other day, Dee Dee, you're simping for a man who literally was trying to move out from you because he couldn't stand your ass anymore.
You know, just to be clear, this is the real Chantal. And if Salah ever tried to leave Chantal, this is the Chantal that would come out. Best believe that. This Chantal is inside the current Chantal, waiting to come out. Waiting. If Salah ever tried to leave Chantal, this one would jump right out. The wrathful Chantal would come out and get to work. Like nobody leaves Chantal peacefully. You try to leave before she lets you go, and she's going to make you pay. She's going to use her audience and her channel to get back at you. She's going to slander you and say the most awful things about you. She'll talk about all your dirty laundry. She'll reveal all your secrets. Whatever she has to do, the dirtier she makes you look, the more of a victim she can paint herself. And she's going to paint herself into that victim corner so that nobody notices the predator's shadow lurking over her shoulder. Nobody will think that she's a predator when she is.
More. And you're simping for this guy. Oh yeah, I wanted to block Fraudy old panties. Bye.
And as far as Salah right now, like her methods of manipulation change from guy to guy. Like Nader was intense with her. He had a temper just like Chantal. So like there were a lot of aggressive games going on between the two of them. But Salah, he's a bit more laid back in character. So her games of manipulation, the tactics are different, but the result is still the same. You know, she's going to get her way. You know, instead of being aggressive with Salah, it's all about the baby voice and, oh, I can't do much and I can't do anything and you got to cater to me. But she finds different methods of manipulation for different kinds of people.
It makes me look like a fool and not him. Really? He wants me to because he knows I can fucking destroy him in a minute. Liar, liar, pants on fire. You guys have no idea how done I am with him. You don't believe me right now, I know it.
You're not done. She wasn't done after this.
Trust me. Don't believe me, just watch. What are you talking
He's so gross.
about, Estrella? If anyone believes Dee Dee, they're sad. She's the biggest liar of all of every single person in the world. What? Her mattress is dry now, but it wasn't. After everything he's put me through, he has the nerve to sit there and talk shit about me and deny ever even sleeping with me. I almost had a heart attack and fucking dying of bed bites that gone septic. After all I put up with his shit. Really? Oh, no. No, I'm not gonna get arrested. For what? Telling the truth? Excuse me. The messages are dated, which clearly show him talking to me, which will get him in jail. So, do you really want to go to the cops and fuck with me more? Okay. And I don't want to have anything to do legally, but I also don't want to be fucking disrespected by you after I did so much for you. Fuck you. Are you?
There it is again. There it is again. That's the narc jumping out for a second. Look at all that I did for you. I paid for all these things. You're indebted to me. You owe me your life. You owe me a relationship. You owe me love. You owe me all these things that I want because I paid for these things. You know, like I'm just going to strong arm my way into your heart, dude. Your heart belongs to me because I paid for it. That's her idea.
Are you serious? His biggest flex is that what a woman he mooches off of has a $4,000 mattress? Congratulations, you are a fucking winner. My mattress was $900 and it's fucking fine. Just as comfortable as your stupid purple, dumb, my jizz infected.
Like, she's being really gross and graphic, talking about having sex with Natter on Dee Dee's mattress. But yet, it's the fact that she went to another woman's house and had sex on her bed with a man. It just makes her look bad, doesn't it? Like, where's your sense of self-worth that you would do that, Chantal? Like, I know you would do it for spite. I know that. But wouldn't a woman who is worth something, seeing a man live with another woman, say, like, I'm out. I'm really out. But no, you were so desperate to be with Natter that you actually did that. Ew.
Mattress that you now have. You can wash it all you want. When we screwed on it, there was no sheet on it. It came off because I was moving around a lot. You know, made the sheets come off, and then I had my hands on your headboard, and I finished all over your fucking purple bed. I loved it. Sorry, that was a little much. While you were visiting your mom in the old nursing home, thinking that Natter would give up having sex with me, he wanted you to leave. He keeps going, just leave, Dee Dee. Just leave, Dee Dee. Just leave so I can pound my girlfriend. And she was even like, it's...
No, I'll tell you what Natter was probably thinking. If this occasion did happen, he was thinking, look, I just got to bang her down so I can get more money out of her and keep the money train flowing. That's all he was thinking. He wasn't madly in love with you, Chantal.
Really sad, Natter. Really sad. Love you too. It's really sad that you want to stay here and fuck Chantal instead of coming to see my mother after you promised. So her $4,000 mattress, unless she gets a new one, will always have my DNA on it. Haha, I ruined your mattress. Nah, 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 nah. Blah, 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 blah. Please take me to Judge Judy. I'd love her to scream in your fucking face. The fly! It's a mosquito. My DNA on your purple mattress. My DNA. Get some luminol. Get some luminol bees and see if there's anything. You can't see it when it's dry. On your purple mattress. My DNA. On your purple mattress. My DNA. On your purple mattress. I'm not dry. I don't need the fucking coconut lube. No, I still have some juice. My DNA on your purple mattress. Can't wait to write a beats about that. Naeem El Shami? Naeem and Hamo. Like they would ever define their brother. My brother would never go near you.
How gross is she? Did you guys catch that part? So, like, she had relations with Natter, but talking about having relations with his brothers. Ew.
Dude, you literally were trying to live with me. You had your face all up in my fupa.
Oh, Lord. TMI.
You always like, miss your fupa. I miss your
TMI. Stop.
pussy, stupid.
No. You know what? You're being too much. Let's keep moving.
I don't feel like fighting with him anymore. I just want him to leave me the fuck alone. Shut up. And I threw that up the minute I fucking did it. Ugh. I threw up all the DNA after doing it. My bed bugs miss me upstairs.
TMI.
I feel grossed out. I just feel like I've been, not gypped, but what's a good term for it? I feel like a fool. He never liked me either. I remember one time he was like crying and emotional and just like, I'm like, do you really love me? A lot. And I put up with a lot from you. If it was anyone else, Chantal, I would not put up with this. I only put up with.
It's so funny how she's a liar, con artist, manipulator. And Natter never hid who he was and what he did and what he was about. He never put on a false face. So her being a con artist, a liar, a manipulator on YouTube and in real life, you got somebody in front of you who's exactly like you, and you think they're going to just turn into an honest guy for you for the sake of love? That they're not going to lie? That if they're a con artist, a manipulator, a liar, and you're in front of them and you got tons of money, that they're not going to say whatever it is they feel they need to say to get that money out of your pocket and into theirs? It just never occurred to her that he was lying, he was scamming, he was just giving her the lip service. I don't know. I don't know what she was thinking back in the day. Like, they're both liars, but she expected him to tell the truth.
With this because I love you. Really? Where? In my asshole? Shut up, Curly, and fucking your sister in 5 miles of rough road fucking face. Desperate bitches. Shut up, number one fan. Fuck you.
Remember, she's talking to members like this.
You have something to say?
This is a Chantal that pops out when she's got a lot of money. This is the one that comes out when she's got a lot of money. When she's got a lot of money, she's high on her horse. And she's arrogant, and she's rude, and she's mean, and she's abusive to her own members. Imagine that. This person who claims to be a victim of abuse online, abusing other people openly. Lots of other people. Intimidating other people, humiliating other people, putting other people down, telling people they're worthless, testing everybody's boundaries and limits. And when she feels like her audience is ready to just up and leave her, then she'll love bomb them. What is that if not an abusive relationship? That's what I would call an abusive relationship. Abusing her own members. And every time they would take the abuse and not walk away, in her head, she's laughing and thinking, oh, they're so stupid. They're so gullible. They'll put up with anything I do. I can be a complete asshole to them and they will stay in place. They won't go anywhere because they're so desperately addicted to me.
Hey, bitch. Proof? Well, I'm on my phone right now. I can't give you proof right now. I'm gonna put some lip shit on. Burn it down, burn it down, burn it down. What do the messages say to me from Natter? Like, what are they? Like, instead of him just owning to being a piece of shit, he wants to do tit for tat. I just can't believe this. I'm in disbelief. She's gonna give you a.
And if you're in an abusive relationship, it's not about tit for tat. It's about done and done. You walk away, that's it. If you have the freedom to walk away, which she did, you can see she was living with peace, but she wasn't living with Natter. Had her own job, had her own money, had her own car. He wasn't even near her. He didn't even live in the same neighborhood. She could stay away. She could have stayed away. She chose to go back over and over and over again. And even after the allegations, she was sneaking off to go see him and still giving him money, still buying stuff for him, still paying for his groceries.
Blowy later tonight with her little watery eyes looking up at you and the comb over. From the police. I'm gonna go upstairs and we're gonna go bees. I did throw up on my carpet a little bit. I gotta clean it.
Ew.
It's dark in here. Why are there so many people in here? The police are on their way? Why? For what? You're calling the police again to fucking nothing. For nothing. Fuck you. Goodbye. How is that entertainment for you anyway? If they come here, I'm gonna get offline. I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction. And come back later and not talk about it. Seriously, people who fucking do that need to stop watching me. If I offend you to the point of you needing to call the cops, stop watching me. Old people with nothing better to do, old bitter women at home, no teeth in their fucking head, flapping their gums about me all day long, but you watch me every day. Jesus Christ. No, fuck you. Probably the people from Natter's disgusting, desperate harem. Like people like May. Fucking idiots. Or that Kelly person. Unblock me. I literally seen screenshots of you asking to see Natter's cock when we were together. I'm not unblocking you. Fuck you, you weirdo. I should fucking unblock him on Messenger and call him and be like, you need to shut the fuck up. I fucking hate his guts. I do want to call him and be like, shut the fuck up. Should I do it?
So he was abusive to you, but you still have the urge to talk to him. Okay, girl.
On live. I'll go on this computer and call him on my phone. No, really, like, we should hash it out then, like, on live. I want him to say, I want to ask him face to face, tell people right now that you never slept with me. Tell people right now that you never loved me.
Well, what does it matter? If he was an abusive dick, as you claim, like all those stories you told, Chantal, he was such an abusive person, right? He hurt you so much. He wouldn't let you leave the house, blah, blah, blah. You're not there. So he's not in your house to intimidate you. You don't look intimidated to me. You don't look afraid. You don't look triggered in whatever way, except through anger. And you want to talk to him. So you've been hurt by this man, but the sound of his voice would not trigger you in some way. You want to reach out to him. You want to talk to him. It's weird.
Tell people I want to face to grill him with the lies he's going to tell you.
So this person abused you, but you want to do a face-to-face with them.
I see him. Doesn't matter. He's always going to hold that over my head because he knows that's the one thing he's got that triggers me.
What?
He's going to hang up because he's a coward and he can't face me face-to-face with the truth. He has to talk behind a screen like a little bitch.
You mean like you do all the time?
Tell him if he's not a little bitch to call me. Face me.
See what I mean? And this happened a lot. This happened a lot, y'all. You have no idea the ridiculous back and forth between these two numbskulls. Like a lot of the streams they did, it was basically them talking to each other and monetizing the conversations, the interactions, when they could have just picked up a phone and kept it to themselves. But they didn't want to do that. They want to make money on all this crap. And they did make money on this crap. Which is like all this stuff was private stuff that should have been kept private. But it was all just manufactured drama.
Face me. He's a little bitch. I just want him to leave me alone and stop talking about me. He's a fucking piece of shit liar. Is Pete's raging? I don't know. Abuse should always be brought to light.
Fuck you. You were never abused, bitch. Proof positive is in this stream right here. You were never abused. You're talking about talking to him again. What? Excuse me? Shut your mouth.
And I was in a very abusive relationship with him.
Liar.
I love him. You tell me to stop talking about something that affected me in my life? Fuck you. You'll be blocked.
You've never been the victim of abuse. You've always abused others. You disgusting twat waffle. You were never the victim of abuse, but others have been abused by you. Making up a story or stories about abuse is not the same thing as actually going through the experience. All of your scars are painted on. Stage makeup, not the real thing. Not the real thing. It was just a topic of conversation to make you money. And you did make a lot of money multiple times. But you're not the real deal. You're not a real victim. And I'm not here to own victimhood, but I am here to call out a fake, phony fucking victim like you. Because it shames those who are real victims of trauma and pain and suffering. I don't know why anybody would want to be a victim. But you want it real bad. You don't want to go through the pain. You want it for bragging rights, for brownie points, for you're treating trauma or pain like some sort of trophy that you have to own. You want to hold it up high and say, look what I've been through. My life has been so hard. I'm a person of substance. I've been through something. I've survived something. No, you haven't. No. Those that have been through things, they are the real survivors. They've been through hell. You're just a faker. That's all you are. That's all you'll ever be.
Suck my fucking fupa balls, you asshole. I don't need to tolerate you. You don't need to tolerate me. You don't have to be here at all. Foodie Beauty channel. I can talk about whatever the fuck I want to on my channel. Period. He was an ex-con loser who couldn't pay his rent or feed himself. Yeah, what reputation? Exactly. I'll be right back. So, mega diarrhea doo-doo mega dega ding dong. Let me explain to you why you don't have a fucking case. Number one, you can't get me for harassment because I haven't messaged you in forever. So I'm not harassing you. Two, defamation means everything I said is not true. Not a single fucking thing.
Yeah, that happened as well. Like Chantal would threaten to sue Natter. Natter would threaten to sue Chantal. It was just words in the air. Neither side would pull the trigger when either side could have pulled the trigger, either by a court case or getting somebody's channel shut down. It just didn't happen. You want to know why? Because they were all in cahoots together, and they still are.
That has come out of my mouth, and I will swear on those fucking ashes.
Swearing on the grandmother's ashes. Well, she never loved her grandmother.
God strike me dead right now if I'm wrong. Everything that came out of my mouth about you and him happened and is true. Everything. Okay. He deserves to be exposed. Yeah, and maybe his ex would like to come on live. She would, when we were all drinking, she's like, well, Chantal, she's like, if I called the cops for every time my ex was drunk.
That itself is a lie. I don't think Natter's ex would talk to Chantal, nor come online and do a live with her. I think she was lying about that.
Drinking, and he gave me a black eye.
So this sounds weird. You're someone allegedly a victim of abuse, and you want to bring somebody that's also an alleged victim of abuse and exploit their pain. Nice. Real nice.
I was like, what? Like, she verbatim fucking said that. She doesn't care with him. We were having like
exploiting somebody else's story of trauma. God, you're so low.
Relationship problems in front of her.
You're
Fucking,
talking
like,
about her story. At the same time, she's not even there to give you consent. You bitch.
it's like, Natter. I'm like, he's like, why do you do this? Why would you go online and talk shit about me? I'm like, because you fucking did it. You fucking abused me.
No.
You don't even care.
I don't think he abused her. I think she's a control freak that when she doesn't get her way, she makes up a bunch of lies. That's what I think.
How it fucking affected me. You don't own it. You don't care. She sat there quiet the whole time. Nothing. I'm not talking about her DV blind jello. I'm saying what she said to me. She's excusing it by saying that. She's saying, well,
you know what? I don't want to go any further because you started to talk about some details from somebody else that I'm not quite sure if they're a lie or if it's the truth, but I just want to give this reaction for anybody who wasn't around during Crackhead Olympics. And before I leave, I just want to bring this back up real quick. The definitions again. So the definition of a victim: a person harmed, injured, or unalived as a result of a crime, accident, or other event or action. A person who is tricked or duped. So there's that. And let's go back to the definition of a predator. Let's see. A predator is an animal that naturally preys on others, or a person who ruthlessly exploits others. So which do you think Chantal is? Is she a victim or is she a predator? A predator who paints herself the victim. Because as long as people are focused on her being a victim, they would never, ever, ever think that she's a predator. She's a wolf in sheep's clothing, walking amongst the other sheep, hiding her fangs. That's what she is. You know, basically look over here, don't look over there type stuff. So I would like to thank Hot Wasabi for posting this video. Really appreciate it, Wasabi. And I will leave a link for Hot Wasabi's video in the video description down below for those of you that would like to check out Hot Wasabi's channel. And I hope you guys have a great night. I'm going to go ahead and post this to YouTube and then go to bed. Y'all take care of yourselves and have a good one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.